welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is going to be a testing video. So I'm going to be doing 2 ovulation tests, and I was going to be doing 2 pregnancy tests, but I've run out of the cheaper brand that I normally use. But I'll explain why I don't want to order any more of them in a minute. So basically I'm going to be using a cheap brand of ovulation test. This is one of those bulk packs that you get off eBay or Amazon. Then we have a Ovuplan, which is a more expensive brand of ovulation test. And the cheap pregnancy test comes, it's the same brand, and it comes looking like this. I think it might be pink too. Yeah. Oh, here's a empty packet. So yeah, that's what the cheaper pregnancy test looks like. But yeah, I've run out of them. I'm so sorry. So we're just going to be doing 2 ovulation tests and 1 first response pregnancy test. These first response pregnancy tests are meant to be really good. They don't evap line, which I've noticed a lot of tests I've used in the past, they do have evap lines, like after you've used them, and obviously they're not positive because I wasn't expecting them to be, but they did have an evap line. I did find with this, sorry, I'll get the packet again, with this One Step brand, this is why I don't want to order them again. I got a lot of false positives, well not a lot, but about 2 or 3 false positives, and like they came up straight away. It wasn't like I'd waited past the recommended time, like they came up straight away. So that was just really emotional tear bender, so I don't want to put myself through that again. So I don't think I'll be buying them. I think I'll just be testing less and using First Response because it's a brand that I trust and I haven't heard any bad things about it. And personally, my experience has been good with First Response. The day I get a positive on this will be the day that I believe that I'm pregnant. But yeah, so far that hasn't happened. So just going to give you guys a little backstory. So I have polycystic ovaries. That basically means that I have cysts on my ovaries. I don't ovulate regularly. Sometimes when the egg is trying to be released, it gets caught in a cyst. So that is why there can be big gaps in between menstrual cycles. So currently now I'm on day 42 of my cycle, which many of you probably know is way too long. Normal cycle is 28 days, give or take. It can be a few days over or a few days before, but that's not necessarily a big deal. But once you start reaching like day 40 and day 50, you know, which I have done day 50 before, and it's not fun. It's just like the 2-week wait out of the month is hard enough, and then when you have polycystic ovaries, it's more like a 5-week wait because there's those extra weeks that a normal cycle shouldn't and doesn't have. So basically I had been diagnosed with PCOS last year now. Yes, last year. So I got diagnosed last year with PCOS, and growing up I'd always had like cysts on my ovaries, and I remember actually the year before last year, well, we're going back a little bit now, I had gone to the hospital because I was in a lot of pain and we weren't sure what it was, and just checking that it wasn't nothing bad. So yeah, we went to the hospital and they said that I have a cyst that is bursting, and we even asked then and there, you know, that's not going to affect fertility, is it? And like, I thought, you know, they're a doctor, they'd know. No. So yeah, they said, oh no, fertility, you should be fine. Yeah, I should be fine. That's why I'm pregnant, not. So yeah, anyway, we started having troubles, and so I just sensed that something wasn't right. So I went to my doctor, like my GP, not the hospital doctor, and she ran some tests and confirmed that I had polycystic ovaries. Since then I've switched doctors to one that bulk bills. The other doctor was great, but just I needed that bulk billing area because trying to conceive costs a lot of money. So I went to this new doctor and she also confirmed that I have polycystic ovaries. So I think I've updated you guys on just about everything now. The symptoms of polycystic ovaries is weight gain, insulin resistance. I don't really have insulin resistance, like my blood sugars and everything are normally pretty good. I do have a bit of extra hair growth where you're not meant to, where guys normally get hair. Acne, I still have, well, it's not bad acne. I know some people like have skin disorders and stuff, but this is from PCOS. I have breakouts of pimples. Right now it's pretty good, maybe a few there on my chin. Normally it's a lot worse than this. So yeah, I do still get quite a bit of acne that I should for someone my age. So yeah, anyway, so we're going to take these tests and then we're going to see the results. So first of all, I'm going to start with the ovulation test. So we're going to do the cheap one and the expensive one. Okay, so we have our sample and we have our tests. So basically you just need to dip that one in up to the black line. And the dye has begun to run. So then we just lay it here on the flat surface. Now we'll try the more expensive ovulation test. I don't really like the cheap tests either because of the ovulation, because I just never seem to get like 2 lines. Like I've tested multiple times and like somewhere in my cycle I should get 2 lines, and these other tests always say my LH is very high, which women with PCOS have higher LH levels. So yeah. So this one here is starting to run. Okay, there we go. So now I'll put these 2 over here. Get this rubbish out the way. So now we have to read both of these within 10 minutes. So this one here, we have to check in 3 minutes once we have done the test. So here we have our test. The window is blank, so it's 2 lines for pregnant and 1 line for not pregnant. And this is the test that I really trust. I'm shaking. Okay, so that one's starting to run. So I'm going to put it face down now and check it in 3 minutes. We can get rid of all this rubbish and stuff. I have done some pregnancy tests in the last few days, but not all first response. So I'm just moving that one down. So they have all been negative. So I'm just at a point where this is the thing that really gets me about trying to conceive. Like I'm really late for my cycle, but I just don't seem to be able to yeah, I'm really late for my cycle, but I just don't seem to be able to get any answers. Like obviously there's been many times where I haven't been pregnant and it's just been a late cycle, but it's just that wait, and because you're waiting longer than the normal person has to, it's just, you get depressed. Honestly, I you know, am really struggling at the moment, especially like I'm happy for everyone who's like conceived recently and everything, but I'm on a lot of trying to conceive groups, and it seems over the new year people just got pregnant just like that. So that has been really hard, and I know it's really selfish of me to be upset that it wasn't me getting pregnant, but I'm just so over it and hurt, and I just want my positive. We try so hard for a baby, like I can't even, you know, the things that we've gone to, the lengths we've gone to, the money, you know, trying to do everything right, and yet a 16-year-old can just get pregnant just like that. I mean, I know I shouldn't compare myself to a 16-year-old, because let's face it, I'm not 16 anymore, but still, yeah, it is really hard. And it's not, I don't want to just sob on about infertility all the time on my channel, but this is just letting you guys know what it's like. So I think this test is ready to be read, so we're going to turn it over and see what it says. It's negative. There is no line there. It's probably blurry. Let's try and get that in focus. Yeah. It's negative. Well, guess there's nothing I can do about it. Just have to play the waiting game now. Not that I was expecting this to be positive, but it just feels like another kick in the gut. So I think I just need to stop testing, because I'm just going to keep on hurting myself. This ovulation test, because you have to wait longer to read these. So this one is negative because it's only got one line. And then this one here is, sorry, I have to work out which is the control line. I don't take ovulation tests much because ovulation is naturally higher in women with PCOS. So LH surge means the test line and the control line, but it doesn't tell you. The color of the test line is more intense than or equivalent to the control line. So test line. So yeah, my test line is darker than my control line. So that's reading positive. So I have one negative ovulation test, that's a cheap brand, and then one positive ovulation test, that's an expensive brand, and then I have a negative pregnancy test. So yeah, that's some live testing. Okay, so now we've done the pregnancy test and the ovulation test, and it was all negative except for one ovulation test, but that's kind of irrelevant because I'm kind of to the end of my cycle now. Today is day 42. I will insert a picture here of the app that I'm using. It's really good. It tells you when your most fertile days are, when you should take a pregnancy test, although at the moment it's confused because they're like, hello, like normal cycle doesn't take this long, what's happening? So here is a picture from that. So now you guys know a little bit more about PCOS and what I have. If you have any questions, just comment them below and I will try to answer them the best I can. But yeah, this is just a little bit of our infertility journey and our journey to finally getting a baby, hopefully one day. Always living in hope because it can happen, and like I am young and stuff, but it's still hard. So anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye.